Welcome back to the walkthrough. What we're going to do now is head up, and I want to get, first of all, while we're right here, I want to get the shrug one. Can I get Shruggy? Can I come and talk to this guy and get Shrug? I don't want to keep doing that giant dad walk.
I've become separated from my lady.
Have you, you
I've
bastard?
scoured near and far, but no sight of her.
You nasty.
You gone?
Yeah, you know
Lady,
exactly where she's gone.
To think I swore to protect you with my life.
Puh. He ain't trustworthy.
Your
He ain't.
Highness, where have you gone? I am entirely to blame for this. Oh, woe is me. I am unworthy, deathly so.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong.
I'm sometime.
Give me the gesture. I like this gesture. Let's have a look at it. So, what I'm going to do is replace this with this. Yeah, that's the ticket. He is a nasty little piece of work. What he's actually done is send her down to the depths with two crazy supporters who've gone hollow. What we are going to do, and you can see he gone, he ain't here no more, and this guy's angry with us because we're abyssy.
You sorry fool. You could not be the chosen one. Enough. I shall slumber until I am awakened again.
Yeah, not happy. I don't care, mate. In your face. I do what I want all the time. So, down the bottom, we've got our lightning bow. You're going to want a divine weapon, and preferably a divine weapon that does strike damage. So you want some sort of club, some sort of biffer. Now this thing is doing a little bit of damage. What are we doing here? We're doing 467, which is not as amazing as we're used to doing, but still pretty good. So what we're gonna be doing is heading down past all these little grabs, picking up some weapons along the way, and you'll see that our Jet Knight, that one is doing like 500 odd. It's much bigger. However, this is still pretty big. So I'll show you what I mean about whacking them with a giant club. They go down and they stay down. Pick up the lost soul. And because it's divine, it means that when you kill them, they won't reanimate. They keep reanimating a lot. It's a very annoying mechanic in the game. You have to kill all of the pyromancy dudes to stop them reanimating. And that's annoying because they hide out. But if you are actually whacking these guys in oh, come on. There we go. And you can see even the giant skelly just goes down and stays down. This is where you get these 500. So any proper giant dads out there, you can come and just, do a suicide run and grab this at the start of the game. It's a very helpful little thing. There's Vayhanda, and it is something you can upgrade really, really early and really, really easily. It's light, and it's probably one of the best two, ultra great swords in the game. Come down here to pick up the binoculars. These only, in my opinion, these only become really useful in Dark Souls 2, where they are impossibly great for actually aiming sorceries and pyromancies. But unfortunately here all you can do with them is very slowly, use them to look at the world, which is lovely and beautiful, but I don't think is affording us much in the way of an overly useful gaze. So who cares? Put them away. The good news about the Great Club here is, of course, I can fast roll, I can parry. The one-handed and the two-handed attacks on the Great Club are exactly the same, just that the two-handed is more fun and hits harder. We're not going to try and parry the skeletons, so, Now down here there's going to be a skeleton on the right hand side and 3 floating skulls. The floating skulls will explode, but just before they do, they tend to jiggle. So you'll see that jiggle. You didn't see it, but watch this one. See, it jiggles and then it explodes. As long as you're kind of out of the area of effect, you should be fine. One issue with the Great Club here is that it sometimes hits roofs. And if it hits a roof, you're a bit stuffed. There are areas, of course, down here where, you know, there are no roofs. We're going to come in here and just quickly come around your left, because you're going to have to light a bonfire anyway, and sit at the bonfire. So we're not going to bother kindling it, I don't think, because we don't need to. This is a nice bonfire to be at. Now, the other weapon that's pretty good down here, any sort of, you know, a mace is good. There are quite a few areas where, unfortunately, you do have that low roof problem, but, you know, you can kind of deal with that for the fun of having a whack-a-mole. Over there we can see there's our pyro. So what is helpful and useful to do at this stage is actually take him out with a bow and arrow. Preferably by not being an idiot. There we go. And you can see that with our very updated bow, we're doing quite substantial damage. Here we are. And we take those two boys out, and we're going to go straight across here. At this stage, we can drop down if we want, but we're going to go through it the normal way again. So we're just slowly working our way through this area here. There's lots of skellies. We're effectively hitting these guys with the handle of the Great Club, which is a bit sad, but sometimes the roof is big enough for it to swing. Through here to the right. Oh, nice. A couple of skellies in here hiding around, and you can pick up the Lucerne. The Lucerne is a nice hammer weapon. I don't particularly like the moveset, but some people really get off on it, so have a little look here. You can see it's got a the R1 is a slam down, the R2 is a nice flick, two-handed. The R1 big slam down, and the R2 spin to win. It has that halberd spin to win, which is nice, and it's pretty quick. So if you're into halberds, that's a particularly good one to get really early on in the game. You can just run down here and grab that. That was overkill. I really didn't need to use the two-handed there. Oh, man. It's the problem about having a giant club. You can see his eyes in there. Unbelievable. So there's nothing up in here except for that skelly. And we will be kind of doubling back a few times, so, you know, get used to that. I would either play, you know, unless you really want to be just spending all your time PvPing, play offline, or remember, of course, if you're not human, so you can see that it's greyed out, you can't be invaded. There's a large soul there, and we came from up here. So remember, this is where we came from. We are going to be going down around there. Down there is the drop down, which is where we were before, and now we can't go back up again. So just to sort of keep you... It's the sort of area where you can get lost reasonably easily. So it's nice to kind of occasionally just, you know, remind yourself of exactly where you are. And we're going to be going around to the right. Now when we do, you can see that we're going to have those skull things. They're going to explode. And we're going to have a whole bunch of those statue dealies. But this time, the statue dealies are going to have spikes that come out of them. So you want to keep your shield up, run past them. You can see the spikes. You can see the skelly heads. Just running past this dude, running past this dude, come around here and press this. What this is doing over there, you can possibly see, is turning that mechanism. Really? Now when they're doing that, that's their parry animation. You can kick them out of it. If you don't, unfortunately, and I think rather stupidly in Dark Souls 1, you can parry, as in, the assumption is, here I am with a ton of strength and this club, and that the skeleton, just with his, you know, left hand, can parry that. So, unfortunately, you can parry great weapons in this game. Now, we've opened up that down there and twisted that. Now it's got a couple of skeletons standing on it. So remember, shield up, because that thing spits. Okay. Now eventually you can actually drop down to that and drop down and head that away. But first we're going to come in through here and open up some areas. Come down in, if you go down in there, we'll be able to drop down. But before we do that, we come up in here and we can see, you can see past the club, there's a skeleton in that one. Oop. Oops. Nothing else in there apart from that skeleton. We're going to come in here. There's the soul of a proud knight, plus you're going to get stabbed. Come down here, we got the voice. And further down this way, we're going to be able to get an interesting blacksmith. But before we do that, we're going to come down here. Take out the skellies. Now with this, that and that are both going to stab you, but if you're careful and walk in the dead center, you can avoid getting stabbed. Back out to here. This will open. There's a mechanism to open that, which we will be dealing with later on. But first things first, come down here, and what we are going to do is have a very annoying Skelly and Pyromancer. I can't believe that Pyromancer is there. He's normally not there. Okay. Alright. Pyromancer's standing there. That's annoying. Can we just whack him? Can we try and just whack him? Yeah, we can. Ugh. He wasn't too happy about being whacked. Normally he lives down in here. So come down in here, and we're going to press this second one. Now, you can't see it, but that's actually rotating little things out there as before. Keep coming further, and now we've got a drop off. Now, if you look down there, can you see it? Really? Can't really see it. Yeah, you can see down there is a shiny. What you want to be doing, and I might stuff it up, but you essentially just want to walk off, and you'll land on that. You don't want to roll, or you'll bounce on the side and bounce down the hole and die. So we're going to walk off again. Pick up the green Titanite shard, and we're gonna walk off again, and now we're here. Now where we are, we're about to meet a very strange blacksmith in the game called Ramos.
Gone with you. You spoil my focus.
What a strange, distorted, metallic voice. Yeah, really weird. I don't know how these skellies got down here, but I know that they did. So take them out. First things first, we've got a bonfire. I wouldn't rest at it. Oh, actually... interesting. If we rest at it, can we warp? Let's find out. Yeah, we can. We can't warp anywhere useful though. We can't walk. So okay, now we're gonna have to walk up. we're going to have to do something different now. That's okay. We can't warp from here because Dark Souls. We can warp to Firelink and come back down again, which is what we will actually have to do after we've talked to this guy. Und I will show you why. But come and say hi to Vamos.
My, is that an ember from New Londo?
It sure is.
An ember it be. What do you say? Why not leave it with me? I'll give you a flame to feast your eyes upon.
Give him the large flame ember.
Very well. We'll get these old bones to work.
So he can make flame weapons of things. So, you know, he can take something, if you've got it plus 10, and turn it into a fire thing. He can also reinforce stuff. We've got nothing really that requires reinforcing. He can repair stuff. If you want, and you can get things repaired here, may as well. While we're here, why not? And you can buy things from him, so you can buy a few Homeward Bones. You can buy some Titanite shards. You can buy arrows. Really, that's all. And then you can leave. Now, unfortunately, FromSoft set this up, even though it's a remastered version, and he's a blacksmith, and it's really difficult to get to him. This is, even though they've added this bonfire, it wasn't even here before, you can't warp to it. So, if you want to make Giant Dad, and you've got your Zweihander, and you want to bring your Zweihander plus whatever down here, and you want to turn it into a Flame Zweihander, and then turn it into a Chaos Zweihander, you have to fall all the way down that way that we just did and come and do it that way. You can also drop down in a different fashion. Now, if we go out here, that's going to take us to where at the very start of the game we had Pinwheel, and we had all those little Pinwheel dudes running around the place. That's the way you have to go. So what we're going to do is walk back to Firelink and walk back down again. And this is a product just of the mechanics of Dark Souls 1. So what you shouldn't have done, or what you would have done before, is light that bonfire, although there's really no point, and use a Homeward Bone. So I'm gonna rest here in case I die. I'm gonna come back to here and not go back to the other annoying place. But this time we're just gonna run past a lot of the enemies, because we really don't need to fight all the skellies. We just need to get down to that bottom bonfire with alacrity. So we're gonna do that. And you can do that unless you're stupid like me and you get a bit lost. You can just come through here. Oh, hey! Hopefully I don't fall to my doom. Good, didn't fall to doom. Excellent. Down here. Oh, don't roll, you'll die. Okay, I can hear skeletons behind me all getting a bit aggro. Through here. Remember, you got the rolly skeleton on your right, and you got the floating silly heads. Okay. Straight past dude, straight down here. Roll down here, roll down here, keep rolling. Rolling, 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 rolling. Keep them doggies rolling, roll through. Roll through the pots, it's quicker. Down here, and rest. Resets everybody, hopefully sends all the skellies rushing back. Done. Okay. So back, this is where we would have actually rested anyway. We're going to come back to this spot. And the usual thing. Take out the skeletons. Oh. Take out the skeletons, complain about the height. The good thing is, once you kill a pyromancer, like that one over there on the right, they stay dead. Once the pyromancers that are in charge of a certain group of skeletons are dead, that group of skeletons don't respawn. So... Oh, ow. Oh, come on. Right. Okay. Now, we turned that over, so we can, of course, drop down there. We ain't gonna. We're gonna come back through the way we came before. Really? And 10,000 skeletons? Not a lot of imagination in saying, you know, if one skeleton was bad and tough and scary, what about 50? Okay, back up in here. Way. Thank you. And you'll probably end up, if you don't here for quite a while, you'll end up picking up just, you know, bajillions of, yeah, thanks, scythes and little round red and white shields. And unlike Dark Souls 3, the little round red and white shield doesn't, unfortunately, recoup stuff. So you're not going to get your health back. You might get a few falchions, which is an excellent dex weapon, but there's a free one down in the depths anyway. Oh, come on. So if we're counting, I think we've had about a dozen skeletons so far. You know, which does show a reasonable lack of imagination. Which is, you know, only sad because so much imagination is shown in the rest of this thing. Alright. Done. So once again we're going to go across there. What was that? Who done did that? Was that these guys? Must have been those guys. Okay. Once they're dead, you're back in this space, and what we're going to do now is come to the left and fall through the floor. Now, straight ahead you can see some lizards. On the left, those two statues are going to stab you. You're not going to be able to get all the lizards, but we're going to go through and we're going to try. Okay, we got none. So when you don't get lizards, you can quit and reload the game. This is actually, I think this is an excellent mechanic, and I don't think they kept it. Because if a lizard runs away from you, really, in a lot of ways, you need that upgrade material. It's an important part of the game, and it's unfair that you miss it. Now, I'm not going to be able to hit these lizards with this weapon in here. So, what have I got that can... Oh, maybe the Great Axe. How much damage is that going to do? It'll do 229. Let's see if it makes a difference. Because of the overhanging problem I've got with the Great Club, that it's just hitting the roof. And, you know, I think that's a bit unfair. Because if you think of the number of weapons that are now shut down because they involve hitting a roof, that's a bit rough. However, we will give it a go. Oh, seriously? That is not fair, dude. Okay, Great Axe won't do it. What else have we got? Dark Hand. We'll try the Dark Hand. Alright, we'll try the Dark Hand. Dark Hand's hitting for 200. Maybe that'll work. I mean, obviously the mace is good. And the problem is that, you know, it needs to be super upgraded because you got to hit him a few times. And it's really annoying. But we'll give it a go. We'll keep going. Alright, I got one. 2 Twinkling and 2 Green Titanite shots. So you can see it's worth it. It's just annoying because you keep starting and you keep restarting and you keep stopping and you keep restarting and things of that nature. And the thing that I find ironic is that they know this is an annoying fun. You know, they're aware of the fact that this is annoying. So they have had 6 years. They can actually fix it. All right. So we got a white Titanite chunk, and we got a whole bunch of fun stuff. We got lots of Twinkling. Come through here. And if you just keep your shield up, you'll get through most of that stuff. So when we come to here, climb up at the end. And up, and even more up. And you can see that we're back at one of these lads. There's nowhere else to go. So, come down here again. Doesn't work. Come down here again and you see the different coloration, which implies, oh, you can fall through there. Now this you should recognise. There was a little shiny right there, and there's that dealie right there. And around there are all the floaty skull bastards. So we're going to go past the floaty skull bastards and around to the right. And back in here. So we've done that little area, which was really good. If you come to the right one, it doesn't fall down. And it's worth doing, of course, just to get your upgrade material happening. Alright, back through here. Remember we came down here, there's one on the right in here. Red and white round shield, which is really useless. And now that's open, because we've opened it. So we went in here before, and that's where the 3 guys were. But now this box is open, and we can go into that. So we're going to come on in, and before you head out that way, just to show you where you are, that's the set of stairs that you can fall down to from there. But we're going to come around to the right, or around to the, sorry, let's to properly get the right name. So come in here and around to your left. Follow this down and around, and we come out to a new area. Now that's rolled shut. You can see there it's rolled shut. It needs to be unrolled, and up there is the mechanism to unroll it. Now we are coming to this area late, but before we go up that set of stairs and activate that, we're going to go through a fake wall, and we're going to activate another bonfire. I'm going to rest at this bonfire because it's just really annoying to not rest at this bonfire. And when you come through here, we're going to go up hard left, roll through that, and, you know, try not to get hit. Now, if you come here early in the game, Patches will be standing right here, and you can chat to Patches, and if you're fans of the Dark Souls saga, you kind of know what to expect. So we press that, you can see it's rolling that, and now we've got ourselves a little fog gate. So come on down. Now if Patches is up there, and you roll it, he'll actually unroll it while you're on it, because he's mean. However, for us, Patches is downstairs, so we don't have to worry. Alright. Now in here, okay, take out those guys. We see we have a message telling us that there's treasure down there, and we just got shot by an arrow by people in there, presumably with arrows. So careful when you come in here, because you're going to fall over. Kill him. And there's a bit of an ambush down here. We really should be doing better. Oh, that's no good. Let's go up this and see if we can get to that bastard over there shooting arrows at us. Yep, there he is. You know what I'm not happy about? I'm not happy about the arrows. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Stop shooting arrows at me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So down we go. Now we've got to develop a message saying treasure. We come up here, and there's a giant ahead. So we're not too bothered. We've actually dealt with these guys before, and it's opened up an area down that away. But come down the end, because there's a very important Seance ring in here. And that's going to let us do something funky in Anor Londo later on. It's also going to let us join a different covenant. So we're going to use that. Come down here. And something very different happens. Okay, I've looked to the left, nothing there. Come up to the right. Keep coming up. Look around there, nothing there. Keep coming into this unfeasibly low area. Up and up and up. And we've got a... Oh, Pyro, who of course gets in before us. Why wouldn't he? And now we've killed off the latest Pyro. If you have a look out there, it drops down. We don't want to drop down. We want to look at this message which says up. So let's go up. If you're offline, and you're and we are offline at the moment, just for the sake of doing the walkthrough, if you're offline and you're not looking for Jolly Cooperation and you see a message, that means it's been put there by FromSoft, so you can read it comfortably, secure in the knowledge that it's good for you. Carefully out here, and we grab the Tranquil Walk of Peace miracle. That's the miracle that was used by those Bastard giants when we first went for the Moonlight Butterfly. And you can see if you look down there carefully, there's a little break there. That looks weaker. Fall through and into an ambush. Alright. But you recognise this area. We've been to this area a few times. So, what we're going to do now is we come around again. And we've been through here before, so we come up here again, and around again, and around the left again, and drop down again, and do all that again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and keep doing it, and kill 50,000 of these guys. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to drop down to that. Just walk down to it, and then we're going to walk down again, and again, and in here on your left is the Great Scythe. The Great Scythe is the best dex weapon in the game, and for dex builds who are looking to very early do some serious damage, you can't go past it. So come on in and pick it up. Okay, just before we finish, we're going to finish this this episode here, and next time what we'll do is we'll fight the Titanite Demon, and I'll show you Lord Nito, and we'll push on through this area. Thanks very much for watching.